Baby, welcome back to BrokeN Boys. This is episode 147. I'm Colin.
I'm Mike.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's the end of the year, Mikey.
It is. Yeah. We're going to go through our year-end lists at the end of this year, which is today.
Today is the 31st. What?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I'm sure all of you are foaming at the mouth on this very December 25th.
Yeah.
And
if you're watching this while you're opening presents, if we're on the TV while you're opening presents,
yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Mom. Hi, user's mom. I don't know.
We'll be talking. We'll try to keep swearing to a minimum.
Yes. Yeah.
True.
But if you are the mom of one of our fans and you are overhearing this, we are good with the MILF crowd.
We are.
That's one of the things we were known for. Hasn't been brought up for a bit, but no. It's part of the lore.
It is part of the lore. And I'm not single, but Mike here.
Yeah.
You can call Mike.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah. I could be a MILF too. Mike, I'd like to.
Perfect.
Exactly. Yes. Happy
Halloween.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. I think that's what I was trying to go for, and then my brain just malfunctioned. Yeah.
But yeah.
We're back in person.
We're back in person.
Hell yeah.
For the next few weeks, baby.
Back in the corner.
Back in the corner. We've been bad boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of corners, whatever happened to our little friends that used to talk in a corner? Do you remember them?
I don't know.
The Kanye correspondence.
Yes, that's the one. Those are the two.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kanye just has been kind of quiet this year.
Well, I don't think he has. Yeah.
Just not to the point where we're noticing.
Gotcha.
So.
But did we leave them behind?
Did you not pack them?
I can't remember. Well, it's a housewarming gift for the next people who moved into that apartment, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, they get the job done.
Yeah.
They're not used to feeding themselves.
I was going to say, they've gone longer without food, so
right.
Yeah.
They're going to open the closet and it's just going to be two skeletons.
Yeah. Fall Out Boy reference, yeah. But, yeah.
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 We're back in the corner, baby.
Yes, we are.
And it's the end of the year, so these year-end episodes are going to be good fun. We got this. We got the Brokies.
Yes, we do.
We got our anticipated albums of next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big month.
Yeah.
Big
couple weeks.
Yeah. But, yeah. Before we get into those rankings, how was your week, Mikey?
Week was pretty good.
Sorry, I keep calling you Mikey.
Yeah, I prefer it Mike A.
Mike A. Ah! My phone fell.
Wow. Remember we call it's better. What? I don't know. My week was fine. Did some parking this week. I didn't do any last week. I don't remember if I mentioned that, or I only did one day, and then it was just a bunch of holiday stuff and out of townness. So
right.
Wasn't doing anything, but all this week I was. I think one of the guys we were working with, because I don't exactly know how. I mean, I've been paid. I'll start with that. Mm-hmm. But I don't exactly know how the paying process goes here. It's a little wonky. Okay. Like, we couldn't reschedule at all for this week was kind of the thing, because the final payroll was already set or something. Mm-hmm. So basically nothing could be rescheduled this week, and we would just get paid for the shifts. I think one of the people on my site may have taken advantage of that potentially. Oh. I don't know, because he kind of... he caught the flu on Monday and wasn't able to come in for the rest of the week. So, kind of made me think, did you?
Did you really?
Yeah. He was the only one that, working with, I was like, all right, I'll deal with you at work, but you know, I don't know if I want to speak to you otherwise. But other than that, it's been fine. Today kind of sucked. The suckiest days of working that was the first day, which was dreadfully cold, and I got icicles in my beard. Oh. And then today, which we were just rained on for an hour. So. Yeah,
you have a good track record of getting all soggy at work.
Yeah, and then coming here and recording a podcast episode. Yeah. It's a good track record, isn't it? It's one I like to uphold. No, but today was my last night of doing it though, so at least for now. I don't know. I may do it on the side potentially because it's paid pretty well. So I mean, you know. Other than that though, been mostly relaxing this week. I wrote music for a trailer for something that I believe will be. I could talk about next episode. Well, next episode's Broke's, but one of these future episodes. Yeah, there's a trailer that'll be out. But next week, in case I forget it, with Broke's, there's a theme to that same show that's going to be up on Spotify and stuff. So go check that out. It'll be called "Theme from Bleak Terminus." That's what it's called. So
Bleak Terminus.
Bleak Terminus. Yeah, I really like how that theme turned out, though. So one of my better producing moments, I felt like. But yeah. And then also been playing a lot of Lethal Company. Well, not a lot, but a couple times of Lethal Company with my friends. Been posting highlights to my old-ass gaming channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Well, you're not subscribed to
I am subscribed.
Tisk.
I'm subscribed.
I've been giving them kind of cryptic names. I've been calling it like LC.12. Whatever the date was that we played. But
I'll have to check those out.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much lore I've talked about the gaming channel on this before. It's been a while at least. I used to run like a Roblox gaming channel, pretty much is what it was. It got actually, I don't want to say successful, but it got fairly notable. Yeah. I'll say. And what someone commented on I think the second Lethal Company video that I put out saying first you were surviving the natural disasters, now you're surviving the company. And it was just a random person. That's I was funny. Like I think I said like LMAO, that was our training or something like that.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But you know, I've been having a lot of funny little clips in there. Doing that. And yeah. That's about it for my week at least. Yeah. How about you? How was the trip? How was your drug trip? I don't know.
Oh, it was great. Yeah. Last weekend was good. Spent the last couple days I could with Max Marie. Sorry, Matt. Max is Marie. Marie's
okay.
So came back home on Monday evening. Was all hanging out, playing Fortnite with the siblings.
With the boys.
We Noah got COVID at the beginning of the week.
Oh.
And so he's been over at my mom's house the whole week. So I haven't seen him yet, but his not quarantine, his isolation ends tomorrow. So
gotcha.
Get to go see him. Bought all my fucking Christmas presents.
I was gonna say I see a box of boxes over there.
Yeah. Bought all those, got all that done.
Nice.
Fairly easy to shop.
Oh yeah, actually, great job on that. Because last week you were at a count of 0.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So 100% increase.
Spent a lot of money this week.
But, hell yeah.
But I've been playing more Power Wash Simulator. I was playing a lot of Power Wash Simulator to get these albums done.
Great background. Yeah.
Played a little bit of it with Noah.
We
did like the whole. They released like a Christmas level for this year.
Nice.
So we cleaned all that. That was tedious as fuck. But fun. Listened to a lot of albums and a lot of music this week. Nothing new, but just all stuff that I've heard.
I forgot I listened to one thing new, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah, just been spending time with the fam. Fucking the Percy Jackson show started this week.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they released it a day early and released 2 episodes at once. So
wow.
Yeah. So
is that Disney Plus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's like a really good adaptation so far.
Nice.
So I'm very excited for it. I love it.
Nice.
Yeah. What else happened? I watched a couple movies. Started getting those caught up. I watched The Killer.
Nice.
Which is
that's Fincher, right?
Yeah, the new Fincher movie on Netflix with Michael Fassbender. Very good. Highly recommend that one. There's a really, really good choreographed fight scene in that movie. Super good. And then I watched the new Wes Anderson, The Asteroid City.
Oh, nice.
Which was also very good. Very funny.
I've heard, like, you either love or you hate that one.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that about that one.
No, I really didn't like his last movie.
Which one was that?
It was like It was a movie with 3 different stories in it. I forget what it was.
So like the 3 billboards or something?
No.
Okay.
No,
that's
not Wes Anderson.
Oh, okay. I don't.
That's a good movie, but that's not Wes Anderson. It had with this one, it had like everyone you could think of. Fucking, Bryan Cranston was there.
Aaron Paul.
No.
I thought of him.
Yeah, just because I said Bryan Cranston.
That's false advertising. I'm
sorry.
Anyone I could think
Scarlett
of.
Johansson.
RJ Mitty.
But yeah, it was a lot of good actors in there. Bryan Cranston had a couple pretty funny bits.
That's good. Actually, I didn't even know he was in that movie. So
yeah, like cool. He didn't have a huge role, but he was like, the whole movie is set up like a stage play. Okay. So like there are interspliced moments of like it goes black and white towards like them explaining the play and like the person who wrote it, who was played by Edward Norton, is everything, and then Bryan Cranston, like he would introduce the scenes, and like at one point there was like Scarlett Johansson and another actress talking, and he walks in and he's in color. He's like, I'm not supposed to be here. It was really funny. Good movie. Still got a few to watch, but yeah, did that. That's pretty much my week. Just been chilling out, maxing, relaxing.
Nice.
But yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I listened to was, have you heard of Squid?
I feel like I have.
Yeah, Squid. They come from the same scene as like Black Country New Road and Black Midi, and they were a band that released, I don't remember what it was called, but they released something around the same time as For the First Time and like Cavalcade. Okay. And they had another album that came out this year called Oh Monolith. Oh. Yeah. And I checked that one out. And I liked it quite a bit. That was one thing that I listened to this week.
Is it similar to either BCI?
Yeah, I think as I was listening to it again today, it's kind of like the midpoint of the two. Like it's not as dramatic as Black Country New Road. It's a little bit more lighthearted, but it's also not as insane as Black Midi, but it's still pretty fun. So it's like, I don't want to say lighthearted because that's not what it is, but it doesn't take itself as seriously as Black Country New Road does. So it's a weird midpoint like a good midpoint of them. But
cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah. And then for news, one thing I put on here was the whole Dream situation that happened this week.
I think I saw something.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't look into it.
Basically, he did like a whole like hour and a half video or something, just talking about everything, like just the whole debunking everything from all the allegations were part of that as well, and then also like the whole gumball situation was part of it. There's like his face reveal and like the controversies around all that shit. It was just a very nice and open video that like I think was really well done and like put me back on the side of Dream, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna be out here going stream to whoever wants to listen, but like I don't know, it really kind of made me, because he brought up really good points in like retaliation for all the things that were happening, and just like I think he shined a really good light on just internet hate culture in general. Just because he's a big person, a lot of people will just hate him for kind of no reason, and like even things like going to like that moaning video, that shit that came out. Like I know we talked about that and we're like, oh, he called it fucking revenge porn, which basically just confirms it. But he did say before that, he said essentially unsubstantiated revenge porn, which he was implying with the essentially unsubstantiated that it wasn't him, but it's still being made out to be him, and it's a video that, you know, if his sister received, is like, oh, look at your brother moaning and shit like that. I don't know, like, he just goes into, like, a lot of nitty-gritty stuff with that, and just, like, yeah, I mean, he didn't just say it's, like, hate stuff, but, like, it's, I don't know. I was thinking a lot about it more, and then seeing people's responses, like, oh, his whole response was just like, no, or whatever, when that's literally not what happened at all. Yeah. And then people being like, oh no, read this 24-page document. Oh, I don't want to watch an hour and a half movie or whatever, a video of him. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, I don't know. I got a little pissed off at just the internet in general for just being... The internet. Yeah, and Twitter in general. I mean, I might honestly be even done with Twitter. It's that level of, oh my god, there's just brain rot there. But I don't know, just a thing. I would recommend watching the video, but you know, do what you want to do. Oh, hello. Virus and Defender. Dream's hacking me now.
His haters are hacking me.
Yeah, the Dream haters found me. Well, they can see our video before it's posted or anything.
They heard you.
Oh shit, I'm live streaming. Yeah.
Yeah. Fun. Did you see that the Jonathan Majors got fired by Disney? He was supposed to play the new big villain.
Yeah, I was kind of seeing some stuff on that. Yeah.
He got fired by Disney after he was found guilty of like assault. So
like spousal abuse.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So you know, fuck that guy. Very cool of actors to throw away their blossoming careers with being idiots.
And from what I remember, I mean, I don't know what your perspective on was this, but I heard for Ant-Man Quantumania that was the best part of that movie was him. So. Yeah, there goes the best part of that movie.
He had two very promising characters. He was in the newest Creed movie, and everyone liked him in that. Yeah. And he was Kang, and like everyone was like, cool. I mean, they with the Loki show, they kind of like made it so like he could be gone, he could be dead.
Gotcha.
So like they're either gonna recast him or move completely away from Kang, which like whatever do you want to do? And then another Marvel actor, Vin Diesel. He was.
Oh yes, I forgot that
he's Groot.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's being sued for sexual battery as well by someone who worked on Fast and the Furious 5.
Wow.
Yeah, those are awful allegations. I heard some people were like saying what was inside the lawsuit, and not good.
Yeah. Vin Diesel's kind of one of those blank canvases where, like, if you just told me he did something, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Like, I feel like, I don't know.
Like, I don't want to see him be a shitty person. But,
oh yeah, exactly.
But
I can see it happening. Yeah.
But yeah, that's another fun thing.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Marvel is doing well still.
Yeah, I mean, the Guardians are like dead or gone. For now anyway, so you know that might not even bring back Groot, so who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's an easy character to recast.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like you can just get someone to do an impersonation.
Yeah.
And you're good.
He definitely could, especially since he's been like a baby the last couple movies.
Yeah, he didn't do like mocap or anything, did he?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty easy one to replace.
Yeah. It's just been his modified voice. So, like, you know.
Yeah.
And then Insomniac Games had all of their shit leaked this week because they made the Spider-Man
game. But like leaked about what?
So this hacking company got into their systems and like held their stuff ransom. They were like, if you don't pay us $2 million, we're gonna leak all your shit. And Insomniac didn't pay them $2 million because that's a lot of money. Yeah. And so they leaked all their shit. They like leaked personal information of employees, their game catalog up until 2030. They leaked a bunch of the Wolverine like alpha footage. And like I'm excited for the lineup of games. Yeah, that's fucked up though.
Very fucked up. Yeah,
and like people were looking at like the alpha footage of a fucking video game, going, "Whoa, this looks rough."
Oh, they did that with GTA 6 too. Yeah.
Oh man, this looks rough. The game doesn't come out till 2026.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Oh god, this is over. And it's like, bro.
Yeah. That's the brain rot I was talking about before.
Yeah. But yeah, that sucked. That was a shitty thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not great.
No.
But I mean, they seem like a studio where the fans will, be on their side for the most part. So, stand in solidarity and all that shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love Insomniac. They're great. But
yeah.
Do you have any? I don't have any music news. Do you have any music news?
Not really. No. There's one thing I'll mention during my list, but it's not super significant. But
okay.
All right.
We'll hop into our lists.
I guess we can. Don't look for a sec. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, we're gonna do our year-end lists now. We're gonna do a top 15 of both songs and albums, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. We're gonna start with songs.
Do you have honorable mentions with songs?
Yes. I have. I think 29 songs.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep my honorable mentions brief, but yes, I do have honorable mentions. Yeah. Do you want to go for yours first?
Sure. Cool. So I have 5. I guess I have 6 honorable mentions here.
Yeah. Feel free to talk about them however you want as well. I'm going to give brief descriptions of mine. So.
At 20, I have Cracker Island by the Gorillaz.
Yes.
Fun song. Pretty good. I'll talk about the album once we get to our album lists. But very fun title track. Thundercat. Thundercat is great on it. He does a lot of good singing and bass work on that song. Very fun track. Do you want to go back and forth, or do you want me to just go through?
I think for the honorable mentions, we should just kind of go through. Yeah.
At 19, I have So Much for Stardust by Fall Out Boy. Another really fun title track on a good return album for Fall Out Boy. It's a banger. It's a good time. 18, I have Hummingbird by Metro Boomin and James Blake off of the Into the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse.
You were right, yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack. It's that song that plays when Miles gets grounded and he's listening to music before Gwen shows up.
Yeah.
And it's very sweet. The James Blake, I think, who's singing on it, does a really good job. It's very sweet and smooth and good stuff. Then I have I'm Just Ken by Ryan Gosling. I rewatched Barbie last week with the girlfriend, and I forgot how much I love that scene in the song. Ryan Gosling does a good performance. He's on the short list for Best Original Song at the Oscars.
Oh
wow. So that's really fun. It's just a really fun song.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, not to interrupt your list, but I think my mom. She says that she wants to watch it, so my whole claim of I'll watch it when someone wants to watch it will probably come true at some point in the next couple weeks. So
there you go. Yeah. And then I have I Think I'm Supposed to Like This by James and the Shame. It's that song with Link on the background vocals, harmonizing and everything.
Yes.
Very good track. Liked it a lot. I think it's one of my favorite James and the Shame tracks. And then I have Can You Hear the Music by Ludwig Göransson,
I think.
Yes, it's that iconic track off the Oppenheimer soundtrack that you've heard in all the memes and all the
the ones shifting tempo and shit. Yeah,
it's just beautiful.
It's a great track. Yeah.
Those are my honorable mentions.
Nice. All right, I'll try and go a little quick through mine. Mm-hmm. All right, number 29, The Dumb Song, AJR.
Oh, it didn't make the top 10?
No. Because while it's a great... I do genuinely think The Dumb Song by AJR is really fun. It also has a couple moments that are oh yeah, this is AJR. But great chorus, great vocals on it, honestly, great production. Mm-hmm. It's AJR at their best. And it's quite a bit above a lot of their other stuff. So, sure. 29 for that. 28, I got Something Real by Post Malone. This one is mostly just I'm a nerd with the mixing and stuff. Mm-hmm. I think the tune underneath it is very, very good. Some of his best melodies and stuff like that. And vocal performance is great on it too. Great track. 27, I got Glue Song by Bia Badoobie. Had this as a song of the week the other week. Just a nice, sweet song. I mean, I just really puts a little smile on my face when I listen to it. She sounds great on it. 26, I got Love from the Other Side by Fall Out Boy. This, I believe, was the first single. And, this was because I think this came shortly after our artist analysis. And I was dang, I really like this direction for them, and I kind of wish they took more of this direction on the album than just this song. But this is a great track. Got like orchestral and rock shit in there. It's fun. 25, I got Lacey, Olivia Rodrigo. It's a great O-Rod track.
Yeah.
I was kind of going between this one and the Hunger Games one that came out, but ended up going with this one because I just really like the production on it. Dan Nigro really went off on that one, and her vocals are great on it as always. So, 24, I got Bug Like an Angel by Mitski. I just love this as an opener. I really love those harmonized vocals. They just, I don't know, they're my favorite part of that album, honestly. It just sounds so sweet. I love them. Yeah. 23, The Beatles. Beatles. Thank you. With Now and Then. Great track. I'm glad it saw the light of day. I really love the verses of this song in particular. I think that melody that John wrote is just haunting. Yeah. It's a really great track. 22, Portrait of a Blank Slate by Lovejoy. Had this as a song of the week as well. I really love the energy on this track. I think Wilbur sounds great on it, and the production is just, it's booming. It's popping. Love it. 21, speaking of popping, we got Pop the Balloon by Nothing But Thieves. I was going back and forth on some of the songs I want to include on this one, but I think the production I just really love on this track, and I like how it kind of goes through a couple phases towards the end of it too, where it dies down and gets kind of trippy, and then comes back in with that blaring guitar solo. It's got a great energy.
I love this live too.
Oh yeah, that was one of the best ones live. It was great. 20, this is the one I was talking about before. I had Little Blue by Jacob Collier on here, and mostly the reason it was on the list was because there was a live version that came out. It made me rethink about the song. I was like, okay, yeah, this is actually pretty good, even if I don't love the production on the studio version. And then just today, he released the little live version that he did with like a choir onto Spotify. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll put that. I'll use that version because I do prefer that version of it. Yeah. It's nice and intimate, very folky. One of his better vocal performances. It's a great track. So that's Little Blue Mahogany Sessions. I don't think I said that part. 19, got $20 by Boy Genius. I just realized that's a weird placement. No. It's kind of unsatisfying. $20 by Boy Genius. It's a great track. I love the changing time signatures. I love the energy. I love all their voices on it. Really great track. I love it. 18, I got Collage by Carly Rae Jepsen. It's like one of the darker songs on that album, but I really love the production on it. I really love her voice. It's kind of got that dancey feel, but like more like a midnight club type shit. I don't know. I like it. Beautiful track. 17, I got Sulky Baby by Yule. A lot of this album really grew on me when I was doing my album listenings, and we'll talk about that once we get to the albums. But they sound great on this track. I really love that the chorus only comes in once, really, and it's kind of like this big event, and then the rest of the song just kind of like rides out. I love the glitchy production. I love their vocals on it. Great electronic glitchy track. And then last one I have before we get into the top 15 is Easier by Quadeca. I'm liking the Scrapyard stuff that he's been releasing, and this has been my favorite track from those. It's like a nice, I don't want to call it a sweet track because it is kind of like a little bit like, I'm a little bit of an asshole, but I want you type thing. But like I really love the folky feel on it. It's kind of got bossa nova to it, but it's got that signature weird production from Quonky. So
Quonka definitely did.
Quonka definitely did. And my honorable mentions are now over, so we can
perfect.
Boop, boop, boop. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Well, top 15 songs of the year.
Hell
Catch
yeah.
your breath, Mikey.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm sorry. Stop calling you Mikey.
Yeah. Number 3.
That's all I get. 3 strikes I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 15 for me is Will Anybody Ever Love Me by Sufjan Stevens. Sufjan Stevens. Beautiful track off of a fucking sad album.
Yes.
Haunting album. I'll talk about that album again later.
So will I.
But yeah, this is the song that really when it came out, throughout the tracks before this, I was like, all right, yeah, okay, I'll keep listening to this album. It's good. I'm enjoying it. But this one, I was like, ooh yeah. I love Sufjan's voice in this. I love the guitar. It's just, it's such a good fucking song. But yeah.
Nice. At 15 for me, I've got The Ride by Lil Yachty. His inclusion on both of these lists, complete surprise to me.
Yeah.
But that happened early on this year, and The Ride, excuse me, one of the more, I guess, poppier tracks on there, but like, I love the production on this track a lot, and I really love Lil Yachty on the chorus.
Yeah.
It's a fun song. There's great moments on the album, but this one I think is consistently just stuck in my head. Yeah. I love it a lot.
Yeah, that's a good track. Number 14 for me is The Teacher by Foo Fighters. It's that long track that everyone talks about when they talk about their newest album. It's really good. Again, another sad album that is a tribute to Taylor Hawkins. Really long track that just like it just feels like the grieving process. It's really good. If you haven't checked out that or the album, I would check it out because I should do that. It's really sad, but it's really good. It rocks. I'll talk about that album later too. But yeah,
cool. Yeah, at 14, I got Step a Pig by JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown. Not as huge on this album as a lot of people in the music sphere are. Once again, we'll get to that. But this track, oh my god, something about the production on the bass in this song is fucking brutal. And like, I really like how both Danny and JPEG sound on it, and the way it kind of progresses and like switches back and forth between the, the whatever rhythm that's going on in there. I just really love the production on this song in particular on that album. So yeah,
that's a great track.
Yeah.
Number 13 for me is The Black Seminole by Lil Yachty. It's the first track off of Let's Start Here, and it's a fucking banger. When I was revisiting this album this week, I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a good way.
That's a contender for being on my list as well.
Yeah. It's a great fucking way to start the album off. Really introduces the audience to like the psychedelia that gets explored throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
His vocals are great on it. I love like the last 2 minutes that just explode. Yeah. It's really fucking good. Great way to start an album.
Yeah.
And it really grew on me on these last couple listens I had.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. 13, I got Billions by Caroline Polachek. Did not know that this song was about cum for a while. But once I learned that, it went up a few spots. No. Oh, no. I really do love this song, though. It's probably I put it as my favorite from the album. But, like, mostly the outro of this song is my favorite part on that album for sure. That outro is just beautiful, all those vocal layers. But even going up into it, like, it just leads into it so well. And it's really catchy. Her vocals are great on it. Production's great. It's just a fantastic pop track. I love it.
For sure. Yeah. Number 12 for me is What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish. Beautiful track. Billie's been on my top songs of the year for the last 3 years running. And just a great fucking track for the move for Barbie. It's just beautiful, very sad. The scene in the movie that it's part of makes me a little teary-eyed, even though I'm, not a woman. That's not like a sexist thing. It's just like that. The whole thing is like becoming a woman.
Yeah, Colin thinks only women cry.
Yeah.
Boys don't cry.
No, I've never cried in my life.
Yeah, you're not a man if you cry. So.
Exactly. But
wise
just just a beautiful track. I love it. I love her voice. Very sad, very good. But
nice. That's 2 Barbie on your list.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, actually, in an Oppenheimer too. So
yeah,
waiting for the next one. All right, 12. I got Running Out of Time by Paramore. Great track. I love this song a lot. That chorus, absolutely killer. Honestly, probably one of my favorite choruses of the year. Only thing about this song, I think the bridge is just okay. But the rest of the song fucking slaps. Like, it's so good. But yeah, great track. I love it. Great energy.
Yeah, very good. My number 11 is Do You Love Me Yet by Nothing But Thieves. Super funky, super dancey, super fun. I love that like 80s synth pop aesthetic. It's just works really well with Connor's voice throughout the whole album, but this song in particular, I was like, woo, this is fun as fuck. Also really good live.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The production of that track is one of my favorites on that album too. So Yeah, number 11, I got Amaranth by Model Actress.
My favorite streamer.
Yeah, my favorite hot tub streamer.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of those that I like.
No, sure, you're eating up those the nude stuff on Twitch this week. Huh?
Was that this week? I don't know.
That was like last weekend of this week.
Yeah, you know me. No, Amaranth though. Probably the most weird song on this list. I think I did it as a song of the week a while ago. It's crazy. Some of the other songs on the album get a little bit more crazy, but this one, it's kind of one of the first times like there's a little bit of beauty put into the album, and the album kind of slowly gets beautiful as it goes on. But like this one just has like this really solemn little chorus, and then just explodes back into the craziness that's just dark and dancey and whatever. It's a crazy. I'm just gonna say crazy again. Great track though. I love this song. Yeah.
Yeah. My number 10 is
top 10.
Top 10. My number 10 is Turbine's Pigs by Black Country New Road. Great fucking track off of the Live from Bush Hall album. Full of emotion. It's like a 9-minute track or something like that, and they do those extremely well. I don't know how all of their long ass songs just continue to have such good quality. But,
no idea.
they just keep putting them out, and I'll keep eating them up.
Yeah,
it's really good. I forget who's the singer.
That's May.
Yeah, May. May is fantastic on that fucking song.
Yeah.
It's a great track. Very emotional and very good.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 for me. 10. I got DeSelby Part 2 by Hosier. I just fucking love the rhythms and guitars in the chorus of this one. The guitar and bass go crazy. And then Hosier's vocals on the chorus are just, I try singing along and I sound like shit because it's just completely out of my range. But he's belting it out and he sounds beautiful doing it. Yeah. And it's just super catchy, super groovy. Great fucking song.
Yeah. My number 9 is Blood and Butter by Caroline Polachek. That's my favorite track off of that album. And it's just, I don't know, something about it like really fucking caught my ear when I first listened to this album.
Bagpipes.
I love the chorus on it. I love her voice on it. The production's super weird. It's weird throughout the whole album, but it's really good. I don't know. This one, I don't know. I've been listening to it a lot since I started listening to that album. And it's really good. Really good stuff.
Nice. Cool. Number 9, I got Dumbest Girl Alive by 100 Gex. The fucking energy on this song. This is the most fun I have with any song on this list, for sure. This came up in my, just like shuffles and stuff all throughout the year, and I fucking jammed out to it probably every single time. The bass, once again, like the JPEG Mafia track, is just brutal and way too much, but at the same time, just enough. And I really love Laura Less's flow on it. Like, she's like honestly writing it super well, and it's dumb, but it's so fun. That's all I got to say.
It was a good song of the week.
Yeah.
It was a fun time.
Yeah.
My number 8 is Heaven by Mitski. My favorite track off of her newest album that came out this year. Really fucking good. Really sweet. I love her voice. The production on the whole album with that song. Good stuff. Good stuff. I love Mitski.
Yeah. Mitski fan now as of
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. Yeah. All right. At number 8, I got Promise by Leve. This is just a beautiful piano ballad. Like, it's a very simple. Actually, whenever I was listening through my playlist, going from Promise to Dumbest Girl Alive was always really funny. Because Promise is just, it's a little just quaint piano ballad with some beautiful strings and beautiful vocals. And then Dumbest Girl Alive is, Dumbest Girl Alive. But anyways, Promise is just a beautiful track. The lyrics are... I do like the lyrics quite a bit on this one. It's just very sentimental, inner thinking about, love and relationships. And then just the way it swells and her vocals match it. It's probably the most, mature track on the album, maybe? I don't know. I really love it. It's just a beautiful sounding track.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. My number 7 is Something Real by Post Malone. I love this track. It's it's one of his best just in general, I believe. I love the lyrics. I love the the fucking production on it with the chorus and everything. His vocals are fantastic on it. I don't know. I've returned to it since it came out, and it's just so fun. It's such a good track. I love the "for release" line.
Yeah. Can you sing that for us?
Yeah, of course. No.
Okay.
But it's just a fucking great track.
Yeah.
And like when he was teasing the album and he had that in the background, the teaser, I was like.
Yeah, I remember you sent that to me, and I went.
But yeah, really, really good track.
Yeah,
Posty there.
It is a great track. Yeah. Cool. Number 7, I got "Sorry Not Sorry" by Tyler the Creator. Didn't get a new album from Tyler this year.
No.
I think it's his first time breaking his 2-year streak, so a little sad about that. But we did get the best song from "Call Me If You Get Lost" this year, so which was "Sorry Not Sorry." I really love the lyrics on here. Tyler just looking back at his past, how it made him who he is today, but also, I've grown and moved on, that kind of stuff. And just, I love the production on it too, the sample that's used and how like it ramps up, and then the ending of it just keeps ramping up until the fuck 'em, it's a great track. I really love the energy and just his lyricism on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My number 6 is "Sorry Not Sorry" by Tyler the Creator.
Great time.
I agree with your whole sentiment. I think it's the best song off of "Call Me If You Get Lost." I love his energy. I love the lyricism. I love just I love how aggressive it is. It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
And also kind of sad, but
a little bit. But,
and the music video. Oh, the music video.
Yeah.
Good shit. Love Tyler.
Absolutely.
Give us an album next year, buddy.
Yeah. You better.
You better.
Yeah.
Fuck
'em. All right, number 6. I got "Begin Again" by Jesse Ware. Had this as a song of the week. Probably the most I had Colin grooving all year. he was sitting there dancing the whole time.
Yeah, the whole
doing
time.
the little Lethal Company dance. No, but this one, honestly, I think it's grown on me since I had it as my song of the week as well. Her vocals on here are insane. And just the production is so groovy, so danceable, but so cinematic and huge at the same time. And just all the instrumental parts are doing their thing, and they're, just fantastic at it. They're fitting in all the right pockets and just making ear candy the whole time through. So yeah.
My number 5 is "Begin Again" by Jesse Ware.
All right. So far, we're displaced by one. So.
Fuck, man. Like you said, you had it as your song of the week, and it instantly caught me.
Yeah.
I instantly was like, that's probably one of the best songs I've heard this year.
Yeah.
And it's been on repeat since then. It's really fucking good. I absolutely love it. She sounds great on it. I love how groovy it is. It's just a gorgeous track.
Yeah. I still hold true that you should listen to her album before this,
I
because it's a little more similar to this one than the other stuff.
Check that out.
So, hell yeah. Number 5, I got "Bending Hectic" by The Smile. I believe from this point on, all of these were number 1 at some point.
Wow.
So, "Bending Hectic," I fucking love this track. Radiohead, they very specifically never wanted to make super long songs because they didn't want to get looped in with like prog rock and Pink Floyd and all that, because that's just not what they wanted to do. So hearing them actually do a long song and then fucking knocking it out of the park. It's Tom York and Johnny Greenwood, which is a lot of Radiohead. Yeah. But yeah, I love Tom's vocals on here. I love how it progresses, and that fucking section where the strings just start getting all dissonant and it just transitions into that heavy metal sound. Like, it's something I didn't expect to hear from them, and it instantly has me so hyped for their album next year, because it's on, I think it's the penultimate song. So
cool.
I'm really looking forward to how that album goes.
Yeah, I'll have to revisit that track.
Yeah.
My number 4 is "Promise" by Leve.
Nice.
Just another, you talked about it already, but another gorgeous fucking track. Her voice is killer on it.
Oh, yeah.
I love the lyrics on it. I'll talk about this album later, as I'm sure you will too.
Yeah.
But I just love the feel of this entire album, and this song really like accentuates the feel of the album. I think it just feels like a crooner in a club, just singing her heart out under up underneath with a piano and strings underneath her. It's just good shit. Yeah. Really good shit. But yeah,
absolutely. Mm-hmm. All right, number 4, we got "Spirit 2.0" by Sampha. Yeah, I mean, I just really love the production on this whole album in general, but like on this song in particular, I really love how much space is just given. Like, there's a lot of times where he'll just sing with the most beautiful tone and then just kind of let the music sit there and then just soak in it and groove and all that. It's so maturely and meticulously like put in like where he's singing and where the beat is playing, and it's just ear candy for me the whole way through. I'm just engaged and listening and just loving it, and the chorus super catchy too. So yeah, it's a fantastic track.
Yeah, awesome. All right. My number 3 is Unknown/Nth by Hozier.
Good choice.
Yeah, this one really grew on me as I continued listening to the album, the newest album. I don't know, man, that whole breakdown when it just gets big in the production, and he just sings his fucking heart out, it like kills me every time. It's like, it's such a fucking, like, it's such a yearning, beautiful fucking sentiment, and like, I don't know, Hozier's voice, god damn, dude,
one of the best on that album for the vocal performances. Yeah, it's so
just
good.
Fucking gorgeous. I love that track so much.
Yeah,
it narrowly beat out Francesca and Who We Are, but fucking gorgeous. Love it.
Yeah, that one's probably my second favorite. If maybe that one and the opener are very close to me. Yeah, very, very good.
Yeah, awesome track. But.
Yeah, great. All right, top 3. 3, I got Turbines, Pigs, Black Country New Road. Like Colin talked about before, May sounds fantastic on here. It's a beautifully paced track, like all of their long songs are. And I don't know, I really love how intimate it sounds, especially considering this is a live song. Like, you know, I just know everyone in that room was just sitting there listening to her just play the piano and just be so intimate, and, you know, I would have killed to be in that room.
It's okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. No, but I really love the lyricism on here. I love the melody. I love her piano playing, as I mentioned before. It's just fantastic, and the way it just builds and builds up to that last crescendo with everyone coming in there. It's just fantastic. And if somehow we can get a studio version of this song, that'd be even better. But like, you know what? The live version was recorded super well, so
it was.
I will live with this and love it. So. Live and love, live, laugh, love.
Yeah, that's my motto.
Yeah.
Yeah, my number 2 is Crave by Paramore.
All right.
I don't know, man. Since this album came out, that's been the track that I've gone back to every single time. I love the entire album. It's all great to me, but like Crave, I love her vocal performance. I love the feel of the track. It just, I don't know, it feels just great every time I listen to it. And it's just like it's also a nice sentiment. So yeah, I love that track.
Now I feel kind of bad that I put that in my least favorites of that album.
Right.
I do love her vocals though.
I get it.
All right, number 2, I got Shit Talk by Sufjan Stevens. Revisiting this album and listening to it more also had it. This was one of the ones that really grew on me a lot. I love this song even the first time I listened to it, but honestly, on even more listens, just, I don't know, hearing how everything builds up into each other, and then just into these beautiful layers of vocals and production and, you know, weird orchestral stuff, but sounding beautiful. Extremely sad, but extremely well done and just candy on the ears. And there's last few times I've listened to this, I've gotten teary-eyed at like the height of the climax of this song. It's just, yeah.
It's a great fucking tune.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 1, baby. Number 1's for both of us.
Yeah, my number 1 is Not Strong Enough by Boy Genius. Right. I fucking love this track. It's, man, it's just so fucking good. All of them come together so nicely on this track.
Yeah.
They go together all nicely on the whole album, but like this track in particular, just like, I don't know what it is, but it's fucking crack for me, and I love it.
It's crack and I love it.
I love it.
It's crack and I'm an addict.
You can quote me on that.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to crack. It's a problem. But yeah, it's probably the track I've played the most this year, just overall. In music, even though $20 was my number 1 track.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that the one that actually made you rap?
I mean, this one made it my Wrapped as well. It was like number 4, I think.
But,
yeah, I fucking love this track. It's so fucking fun I love it. I just love it.
Nice.
I love it so much.
I know. You want to know what song I love so much?
Yeah.
My song that I love so much, number 1 is Thunder by Maruja.
Thunder?
Yes, Thunder by Imagine Dragons. You know what? I didn't appreciate it when it came out.
It took me 7 years
to really understand the complexities of Thunder.
It took me hearing it on Fortnite to really get under my skin.
Yeah. No, Thunder by Maruja. I had this as a song of the week a while ago too, and this one is another one that even after I had it as my song of the week, just kind of continued to grow with me. The very last part I was getting of this list was between Shit Talk and Thunder, and I don't know, something about Thunder. There's just the song is always progressing. It's always going somewhere. It always has there's probably 6 or 7 different vibes throughout the entire track, and the more I listen to it, the pacing of it is just so good, and every single moment of it I just love so much. Like every part of the track is just gorgeous. There's energetic parts, there's gorgeous saxophone playing on there, and then there's, I don't know, it's just paced wonderfully, and it's one of my favorite things I listen to this year, and I just get a little giddy every time it comes on. You know? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Hell yeah. Look at that. And if you enjoyed those lists, as with every year, I will be putting both of our lists down in the description so you can see them on Spotify.
Wow.
They're private links, so you can only get them on this video.
Wow.
And click our other private links now.
For our only fan.
Yeah. Yeah, but all these will be in order for me, and I'll make one for Colin as well and get them. I've done it 2 years now. You don't have to.
Okay, well, that's so nice.
Okay. Yeah, it's no
appreciative.
problem, whatever. But yeah, you can listen to all of these. Both great lists. I support everything that's on there. So.
I support everything that's on there.
Thank you.
Except for the dumb song. I'm just kidding.
Don't make fun of my Adriel.
I'm sorry. All right.
Intermission Kiss.
Oh. I mean...
Well... Alright. Sorry, Colin's taken, whatever.
I mean...
I'll just, kiss myself.
I mean...
Alright, we got albums to do now.
Albums, yay. I only have... I have 19, so...
19? I think I have 20.
Okay.
So,
perfect.
We're actually right about the same amount there, so...
How's that?
Cool.
Alright, so we're going to do our top 15
cool.
for this as well, yeah?
Yeah, if that's okay, I guess. Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess I can start those ones as we started the songs. Cool. Alright. Albums of the year. Before we get to the honorable mentions, I have shout-outs. I wanted to shout out both Heaven Knows by Pink Pantheress and Oh Monolith by Squid because I listened to them recently and I didn't feel comfortable putting them in the list because of, recency bias and whatever. But I think if I had listened to both of them when they came out or just earlier in the year, they would have been in this list somewhere. So
awesome.
Look forward to our albums of the decade list. Just want to shout those out. Okay. Now into my actual one. At number 20, I got an EP. I have a couple of EPs in here because whatever. I have Wake Up and It's Over by Lovejoy. I think this is just a solid collection of songs. I really love that opening track that was in my songs of the year. And then there's a couple more moments on there where I'm like, this is promising direction for them. I really hope they keep going this way and cut some of the, not really cringy, but, more natural for Wilbur to sit into. Yeah. But overall, really promising EP from them, and I have it at a solid 7. Next one, I got After the Magic by Paranul, Korean shoegaze artist. I believe his live album is currently the #1 user score on Album of the Year, which I had started to check out, and I did like, but I never finished it because it's like 2 hours long. And one of the songs is an hour of that. Or something like that. It's a crazy long song. It's this album, though, still very good. When I re-listened to it, I was like, yeah, a lot of this just sounds pretty magical. It doesn't really stick too much with me after I listen to it, but while I'm listening to it, it's like you're just kind of transported into this, beautiful land. He's got a great voice and great production on there. Have it at a solid 7 as well. At 18, I got The Loveliest Time by Carly Rae Jepsen. Fun collection of dance pop songs. I don't love everything on here, but the ones that I love a lot. Great stuff, strong choruses, and she's great in this genre. And I have that at a strong 7. 17, I got Dead Club City by Nothing But Thieves. Like we were saying, great pop rock album. A little bit more on the pop side this time, but I don't mind it because the production is great throughout and really fun. They were great to see live. And yeah, this one has shrunk on me quite a bit since it's come out, just because I realized some of the deeper cuts I really not as crazy as about nowadays, but the highlights are still very high on here, and it's a great record from them, so deserving of the honorable mention, strong 7. Okay. My last one, This Is Why by Paramore. I'm guessing you'll have this one a lot higher.
Maybe.
It's okay. This is still fantastic. Kind of similar to the Nothing But Thieves one. The highlights on here are super high. They're very, very high. Hayley Williams sounds great on here. There's just a few tracks I'm not as crazy about, and then one song that I just straight up don't really like on here, which does pull it down slightly for me. But the high is very high and definitely worth checking out. Fantastic album. Yeah,
cool.
Strong 7.
All right. Well, my honorable mentions also have dishonorable in them. So,
okay.
My first number 19 is The Maybe Man by AJR.
Hell yeah, your favorite album of the year.
I don't know, man. I hate to reiterate the same points every time I talk about AJR, but they can do better. I want them to do better. I know they have it in them to make a good album. They just haven't. And it sucks. I just did not enjoy this album at all. It grew on me slightly since the first listen, but yeah, I don't know. Just not my favorite.
Yeah.
I just said this aesthetic is not working anymore. But I give it a light 4.
Nice.
My number 18 is Cracker Island by Gorillaz. This was the sound I was super into at the beginning of the year. Revisiting it, though, it did shrink a little bit. There are a lot of tracks on here that are bangers, but the back half of this record just not great. It's got a track with I think it has a track with Bad Bunny. It's basically just a Bad Bunny track.
With Gorillaz.
Yeah. And it's fine, but it's I don't know. The rest of the back half was kind of boring, and also the Tired Influencer is the third track, and that's a bad song.
Oh,
not good. It's just it's still an alright album, but I give it a strong 6. And then my number 17, I have Guts by Olivia Rodrigo. Upon revisiting this, it did grow slightly on me. Some songs that didn't connect were a little it connected a little more and were more fun this time around. All American Bitch was the opening track grew on me quite a bit. I thought that was fun this time around. But I still don't think it's as good as Sour, and I'm getting a little bored of the same old with the lyrics / aesthetic from Miss O'Rod. Fun album, but I hope to see some more substance in the future.
Yeah.
And
sorry.
No, you're good. Just give it a light 7.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm glad we both still feel kind of similar on that, because sometimes I feel crazy, because a lot of the online discussion is that this is so much better than Sour. No, I'm always like, it's a little worse. It's still fine, but it's...
Yeah. And then number 16, I have Austin by Post Malone. I do think this is the best we've gotten from Posty since Beer Bongs and Bentleys. But that middle is just really bloated. Yeah. The songwriting and singing on it are at an all-time high here for his career. And there's a lot of fun to be had. But yeah, it probably could have been a good half hour shorter.
Yeah.
It's like an hour-long album, and that middle, there's a lot. And there's some fun stuff in it, but it really shines at the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
It's I give it a late 7.
Nice.
Yeah, good album.
Alrighty, top 15 official list, 15. Guys. Even though we were counting those, but it's okay.
All right.
They were honorable mentions.
It's okay.
Okay. Number 15, Burger King Foot Letters. I got Scaring the Hoes, JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown. Like I said, not as crazy about this as a lot of music nerds. A lot of music nerds will have this in their top 10, top 5s, top 1s. But, I still think it's pretty good. It's got great moments on there. The experimental nature of it doesn't always click with me on here, and I like me some experimental hip hop, but maybe just not quite in the JPEG Mafia type way. I think if I listen to more of his stuff, maybe I'll understand it more and feel it more. But a lot of it just doesn't quite get to me. But I'm saying the same thing for all these albums. But the moments that do are very good. I really do love a lot of tracks on here, like Step Up Pay, like I said before. Perfect is really fun. I love the horns on there. It's got a lot of fun moments on there, and I do respect it for being wild and out of pocket. But yeah, still think it's pretty fun. I like listening to it. Strong 7.
Cool. All right, my number 15 is Utopia by Travis Scott. I have not returned to this very much since it dropped, but there is something special to it that I enjoyed this on my most recent listen for this list. The dark production is really cool. There's a good amount of pretty solid lyrical work. There are some pretty ass lines throughout the thing, but I think I still need a few listens to really process it, but it's pretty good, and I enjoyed my time with it enough to give it a light 8.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. 14. I got Desire, I Want to Turn Into You by Caroline Polachek. This is just a really solid record. I really love a lot of moments on here, and her vocals are just off the chart for the entire thing, especially after watching The Tiny Desk and seeing that a lot of that weird shit that she does is actually live. It's really cool to hear. I don't love everything on here. In fact, some of the production stuff I don't know, I still feel slightly disconnected from for some reason. But all in all though, these are some of the best choruses and melodies on a pop album this year, so I can't be too turned off by that. But yeah, it's fantastic. I really love this, and I want to check out more of her previous work. So yeah, strong 7 on that one.
Cool. I'll keep them this way. My number 14 is Desire, I Want to Turn Into You by Caroline Polachek. This is another that took a good few listens to process, but once I did, I really enjoyed it. Beautiful vocals and some really interesting production. I'm still not huge on a few tracks, especially the opener. Not a big fan of Welcome to My Island. I was listening to this one again this morning, and I was like, yeah, that track's not great. Not my favorite. But I could see it growing even more than it has in the future. It's a really good album with some really interesting production, and I'm very interested in her, so I give it a decent 8.
Nice. All right. 13, I got 10,000 Gex by 100 Gex. This is just the definition of fun. Kind of like I was saying with Dumbest Girl Alive. That song is pure fun, and then this album is just pure fun. They pull a little bit more from new metal type sounds on here, but making them pop rock and bangers with hyper pop in there. It's just crazy. You go from just crazy distorted songs with great guitar and just new metal styles to literal songs about a frog on the floor that's in a Yo Gabba Gabba style. That's just so fucking stupid and so funny, and so I don't know, it's great. I just love the energy on here. Probably the most fun thing I have on here, really. I love me some 100 Gex. I have it at a light 8.
Cool. All right, my number 13 is So Much for Stardust by Fall Out Boy. A triumphant return after the mess that was Mania. It's not all perfect, and there are some strange moments, but there are undoubtedly some bangers on here. Patrick Stump sounds good, and it's much better. It's overall much better than the last album.
I would agree.
They really needed a little revamp after Mania, and they did that well. I think there are a couple tracks where I'm like, okay, but overall I really enjoy it, and it's a decent 8 from me.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's probably the album that would be at 21 for me if I was listing all of them. That one is a good return to form for them. Mm-hmm. At 12, I got The Record by Boy Genius. This one shrunk slightly on me during my listenings. I guess the more I've been listening to it, it hasn't been as memorable as I hoped it would be. Especially a lot of the deeper cuts, and like I straight up don't remember this song. And like it sounds really good when it's on. I love their vocal harmonies. I really love their melodies and how they sound all over the record. How they sound all over the whole thing. It's great. But I find there to be a little bit of lack of memorability for me there, aside from like $20, Not Strong Enough. Mm-hmm. Some of those bigger tracks on there. But like it's still really great. Probably some of the best indie music you can find right now is within these three. So within them, without them. Yeah. I have it at a light 8. It's a great album.
All right, cool. My number 12 is Dead Club City by Nothing But Thieves. I love this band, and I really enjoy this record. The aesthetic and unique production in contrast with their previous albums is really cool to see. There are a couple tracks that fall short a little bit, but overall, a very enjoyable time. I love that 80s style pop rock, and it's Connor's vocals over that. Beautiful stuff. Yeah. And this one also gets a decent 8 from me.
Nice. And one thing that I just thought of right now on Dead Club City, last time I was listening to it, Overcome actually kind of clicked with me. I was always saying that's like their most boring song, and then I listened to it on like a drive back from work on the highway late at night. Well, like 8 o'clock. It was dark though.
Yeah. It was dark for 4 hours at that point.
Yeah. Dark on the highway, listening to Overcome. I was like, okay, actually I kind of see the appeal of this. I can see
uplifting track.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, back to the list. Number 11. I got The Land is Inhospitable and So Are We by Mitski. This one grew on me after we did the artist analysis. I really enjoyed the direction taken on this and respect how it's different from her other stuff, going into folky sounds and a more acoustic nature. And I think she sounds really good over it. And there's some fantastic tracks in here that are just really pleasant on the ears and really got some great lyrical moments in there too. It's just a really nice album. Yeah. And I gave it a light 8.
Cool. All right. My number 11 is Javelin by Sufjan Stevens. This is a devastating record, but it's Sufjan Stevens, so I wouldn't expect anything less. I love his voice and the production on this record. The lyrics are crushing, and it's definitely one I'll be returning to. But yeah, I love the production on his records. It's pretty reminiscent of the only Sufjan album that I've listened to, Carrie and Lowell. And it's just it's another sad one. So
I think he has a few of those.
Yes, he's a sad man, but he has a good reason to be sad. So
yes,
it's just a great record. I need to keep listening to it. It might grow. I can see it growing. But yeah, right now I give it a decent 8.
Nice. All right, top 10 time. Top 10 time. All right, at 10 I got Soft Scars by Yule. This is one I think that I referenced. Couple weeks ago, I was like, I'm doing my list, and some of them are jumping up way higher than I thought. This one was a lot lower on my list, and then something just really clicked with me when I listened to it again for the list, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually fucking fantastic. I really, really love the glitchy nature of it. I think when I first described their music was back when I had Sulky Baby as the song of the week, was like, it's kind of like Magdalena Bay if they were a little bit more glitchy and maybe a little bit more edgy as well. And that still holds true, but I really grew to love their vocals on the whole thing and just the nature of the songs and how they grow and progress. Like they're not structured exactly like pop stuff, so like it really takes like a couple listens to really appreciate the tracks and just love how varied and kind of strangely beautiful the whole thing is. It's a really great album. I've been loving it a lot, so
cool.
Yeah, I had it at a light 8.
Yeah. All right. My number 10 is But Here We Are by Foo Fighters. Another devastating album. It's a very touching tribute for Taylor Hawkins, and it does a great job of honoring his memory. It's very sad, but it rocks hard. Dave Grohl puts on a great performance and sings his fucking heart out. Very good rock album. And I've heard it's like a good return to form after I think their last album was not great for a lot of people. But yeah, it's really good. Very sad. It's not. It grew on me quite a bit in my revisiting for this list. But yeah, really, really good. I give it a solid 8.
Nice. I'll have to listen to that one.
Yeah.
Too. All right, number 9. I got Unreal Unearthed by Hozier. Yeah, I mean, this is just chock full of fantastic tracks. I mean, we talked about a couple of them already, with the DeSelby couple in there, and Unknown/Nth, and the Closer, and there's a whole bunch of other ones on there too. And like, there's a lot of styles that go through this album, and some of them I like the style changes, some of them I'm not as crazy about. But the whole thing, for being an hour long, is extremely engaging, and just his vocals are the best they've ever been, and the songwriting, I think, is some of the best it's been on his stuff, with another artist analysis artist on here. Some of the best stuff that he has in his category for sure, and I'm really excited to see him continue forward, hopefully with some of these sounds coming with him too, because he's fantastic at it. Yeah, it's a great album. I have it at a solid 8.
Yeah. All right. My number 9 is That Feels Good by Jessie Ware. It's such a fun record with what the fuck? Immaculate vibes. Jessie Ware has an awesome voice, and it fits within this dancey disco style, and it's so groovy all throughout. It's not my usual style that I look for, but I'm glad I checked it out because it's an absolute banger. I've had fun every time I've listened to this record. I love how fun and dancey it is. It's so good, and I give it a solid 8.
Nice.
So yeah, very good album.
Nice. All right, number 8. I got Let's Start Here, Lil Yachty. I think this is one of John's favorites of the year for sure.
I think it is his favorite.
Yeah,
actually.
it might be. But yeah, I mean, this was, like I was saying before, complete surprise at the beginning of this year. Would not have ever imagined myself ever enjoying a Lil Yachty album, to be honest with you. But he found just like a magic little combination here of his auto-tune crooning vocals over these psychedelic rock instrumentals. Like, it's just straight up a psych rock album for most of it, and it's like this beautiful pairing, honestly. He gives like proper space and respect to this style, and like doesn't overdo it too much. There's one song, I think it's Pretty, on there that I think feels a little out of place with the rest of the stuff, but like really there's just a whole bunch of like beautiful sounds going on throughout the whole thing. I really appreciated the middle stuff again when on my re-listen. There's a few tracks in the middle that I'm like, damn, this is just fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so well produced and so well done. And yeah, it's a great album that any Lil Yachty naysayer should check out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I have it at a solid 8.
Cool. All right. My number 8 is Scaring the Hose by JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown. Talk about not my style. This shit is scary, and if I'm the host, then it's definitely, the title works.
Yeah.
The production is insane, and the personalities work super well together. Danny's voice is still a little much for me at times, but it works in context with the style and the production. Yeah, very interesting record. Grew on me a lot on my re-listens. Just super fucking weird.
Yeah.
And but JPEG Mafia it's his production's crazy.
It's distinct, yes.
Yeah. Good stuff though.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something to kind of like get out of your style a little bit,
yeah.
should just kind of expand. Check this out. You might find some stuff on there you like.
Yeah.
But I give it a solid 8.
Nice. All right. On 7, I got That Feels Good by Jessie Ware. Yeah, like Colin was saying, it's nice, fun, and dancey. I don't think I've ever disliked it when it was on. It's always fun one to return to. I think Begin Again is like a big star on it, and then Hello Love is another beautiful one. There's a few like really good ones towards the beginning, and then the ending track I like a lot. Does lose a little bit of steam for me towards the end, but it's just so fun. Her vocals are so good on there. I think she's like in her like 40s or something, and she sounds young as hell on here. Like the amount of energy is off the charts. Very horny too.
Oh yes.
But you know what?
You know how to make my bottle pop.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a great album. I love listening to it. Really good one.
Yeah.
I have it at a solid 8.
Perfect. All right. My number 7 is "Let's Start Here" by Lil Yachty. This is a very unexpected one for me as well. Never thought I'd listen to Yachty, but this is a very special album. I'm a sucker for psychedelia, and it is done super well on here. I think the vocals are great, and the lyrics are well done here. I'll be returning to this one quite a bit. Another one that really grew on me as I was doing this list. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and whoever the female vocalist is on a lot, I don't know if it's the same one throughout. I think it is.
It might be. I'm not sure either.
But like, if it's more than one person, then they did a great job. If it's just one person, then they also did a great job.
Same sentiment holds.
Yes. It's just they meld together so well.
Oh yeah.
And Pretty's not my favorite track on the album, but the Black Seminole, Ride.
It's so hard to think of tracks.
Yeah,
on
it really. It's all weird.
The last one I love on there a lot too.
Yeah,
Reach the Sunshine.
Really yeah, and
Radiohead interpretation on there. Interpolation.
What's the fucking you had it as your song of the week.
I've officially lost vision. That one is pretty crazy. I love that one. Yeah.
But yeah, I love this record. It really grew on me, and I also give it a solid 8.
Nice. All right, number 6. I got Live at Bush Hall, Black Country New Road. Returning champs. They were my number 1 last year. And you know what? Even after a significant lineup change and a big change of pace, this really goes to show that they're going to be just fine. They're going to do fantastic things still. I'm not sure if normally I would put a live album in here, but considering that this is literally all new content that probably won't be released on streaming in another format, it's an album to me. And it's a damn good one at that. I really love every song on here pretty much. Wrong Trousers is alright. But some of the other ones, just like they reach those Black Country New Road climaxes. They have that beautiful structure to them and the synergy between all the players and everything. Like, it's a little bit more of a folky style than their other stuff, but I really don't mind that direction for them because they can pull it off pretty well. And I would love to see them live someday and see more stuff from them because one of the most promising bands for me right now. For sure. I mean, they've already delivered on promise. Yes. I don't know if that's the right word. One of my favorite bands right now. Yes. I'll just put it that way. It's at a solid 8. This is a great record.
All right. Yeah, my number 6 is Live at Bush Hall by Black Country New Road. It's Black Country New Road. The album is going to be great, but without Isaac, those who took up the singing did a great job, and the instrumentals are amazing, of course. The songwriting is great as well. I'm still not the biggest fan of the boy, but the rest is great, and I do really enjoy it. But I do wish that these were studio recordings, just so they were a little more crisp. They do sound great, but I really dig if they were like intimate.
Yeah, that crispness of Ants From Up There is hard to follow.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like, you need that quality all the time now.
But yeah, just a great album. I love it. And I give it a solid 8 as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Top 5. Alright, I got Dog's Body by Model Actress. This one came out earlier in the year, and it grew on me a lot at the beginning of the year, and it kind of stayed there. This is just, like I said, probably the weirdest thing on here. I mean, I guess Scaring the Hose is pretty weird, and maybe 10,000 Gex as well, but this kind of gets to the level of weird where, like, I feel like someone would hear this and be like, "Are you okay?"
Call somebody.
Yeah, just like, do you listen to this? No, but it's like punky. It's like post-punk type vocals over super dancey beats. Like, I don't want to say like they're just like something you'd hear in a club, but they got rhythm and groove to them throughout the whole thing, and just really dark sounding synths and guitars and drums all throughout. And like I said, it kind of like unfurls into like this beautiful thing throughout the whole album too. It goes from this dark sound to this more pretty serene sound. Like the whole last track is just kind of this serene ballad in a way. It's really interesting how it unfolds. And it has like a dildo on the cover or something like that. So I mean, like, that alone. Solid 8. No, it's a really fun listen. Would recommend it if you're, again, looking for something out of your wheelhouse. Yeah. That one might go out there. But, yeah.
I kind of want to check that out now.
Yeah.
All right, I might do that. All right, my number 5 is The Land is Inhospitable and So Are We by Mitski.
Nice.
I absolutely love the Western aesthetic and I love and the love that was put into this album. Having listened to Mitski's discography, this album has become even better to me, really grown. She sounds fantastic, and I love the lyrics. The production is lush and beautiful, as most of Mitski's stuff is. Yeah, I love the lyrics, and the production is lush and beautiful, as most of Mitski's stuff is. Yeah, I love this album. It's really grown on me, and I give it a strong 8 overall.
Nice. Okay, number 4. I got Lahai by Sampha. Yeah, I mean, honestly, probably some of my favorite production all year. The drums and bass on this record are, like, literally so insanely in sync that it's just groovy throughout the whole thing. I always think back to fucking an album of the year comment where someone just put Bro was literally an angel. Like, I think of that all the time. Like, his voice is just so, like, heavenly sweet on here, and so just, it's great. And the track, like, it is a little front loaded for me, which is why it's not higher up, but, like, it doesn't mean that it, like, drops in quality. Like, it's just very strong in the beginning, and then it's, like, good at the end. Yeah, it's just some of my favorite R&B that I've listened to, and I need to check out his first record, because apparently that's very good as well. Yeah. Just cool. Great stuff. Great ear candy.
That's one that I wanted to check out, but I just never got the time to.
That's okay.
That one, as well as, like, the Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah.
And, I do want to check out the Danny Brown album as well.
Yeah, I was gonna check that one out, but then I heard that one's a little bit more, like, introspective and not quite his style. So I'm almost like, I wonder if I should listen to that in a context of his discography or something. But
all right.
Yeah.
All right. My number 4 is Bewitched by Leve.
Nice.
Another extremely pleasing aesthetic after the other. Leve's voice is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm in love with the crooner-type ballroom feel of this entire album. The lyrics are all great. Her voice is so full of yearning, which is perfect with the copious amount of love songs on this album. Just an absolutely gorgeous project that's snuck its way up here. Yeah, I give it a light 9 overall. It really grew on me the more I listened to it.
Nice.
And I was listening to it today with, like, all the rain and everything.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm sure some of those songs really hit hard.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah. And I don't remember if I said it for Sampha, but that's a strong 8. But yes. At number 3, I've got Nakanaria. I still don't know how to pronounce that. By Maruja. Another EP here. Yeah, I mean, Thunder, song of the year for me. Fantastic track. And then the last track on there, Kakistocracy or something like that. Also a very fantastic track. And the ones in the middle are very good as well, too. It's just a super promising post-rock EP that's solid all throughout. I didn't say it's solid all throughout. It's very good all throughout. Yeah. And I hope to see an album from these guys sometime soon, because this is really promising stuff, and I could see an album like this, reaching levels of 10 area for me, honestly. The saxophone playing on here is beautiful against the dark post-rock. It's reminiscent of the first Black Country New Road album, but it feels a little bit more mature than some of that stuff. It's just really great. Yeah, I have it at a light 9. Fantastic EP.
Yeah. Cool. All right. My number 3 is This Is Why by Paramore. This has been one of my favorites since the moment it dropped early this year. I fucking love Paramore. Hayley Williams is an icon with an amazing voice. It took 5 years, but they finally dropped an album, and it was so fucking worth it. I'm happy I was able to listen to it throughout this whole year. Yeah, I just absolutely love this record. It's so fucking fun. I get not liking, like, C'est Comme Ça and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's just a lot of fun for me, and those last few tracks. Yeah. But yeah, I give it a light 9.
Nice.
Sorry, you're good.
I thought you were about to go on for a little bit more.
No,
that is a great.
Yeah.
I understand liking C'est Comme
Ça.
Yeah. Okay, number 2, I got Bewitched by Leve. was my number one for a long time. Like you were saying before, beautifully intimate throughout this whole thing. I absolutely love her vocals on here. As you all know, I'm a huge fucking nerd too. So like the chord progressions through here, I mean, they pull from a lot of, jazz. I don't want to say basics, but like jazz, traditional jazz type chord progressions and stuff. But they're just so well voiced and so well implemented into the tracks that they just sound smooth and buttery throughout the whole thing. And also some of my favorite production of all year, like the pianos on here and the strings sound fucking fantastic. It's great. I love how she sounds crooning about love, like you were saying too. It's got that yearning feel that is just, everyone can relate to that a little bit. Even if it's slightly on the simplistic side when it comes to the lyrics, I still think it's very personal, and it's nice to hear an album in this style that feels personal in 2023. So, yeah, I love it a lot. It's a light 9 for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry. I forgot that you aren't doing your one. You're doing your number 2.
Number 2.
Hell yeah.
My number 2 is Unreal Unearthed by Hosier.
Wow.
Yes, another album I fell in love with off rip. I had never listened to Hosier before this record dropped, but this one absolutely blew me out of the water. Blew me away. The gorgeous vocals and the super lush and beautiful production is the best in his discography. And I've listened to this album like a million times since it dropped. I'll keep singing the praises for this thing as much as I can because it is absolutely fantastic in my opinion. It goes through so many different styles, so many different. I don't know. It's yearning I don't know. This year's been great for yearning.
Yeah, it's been a yearning year.
It's been a yearning year. And Hosier does that super well. His voice is just gorgeous. I fell in love with Hosier this year, as I've fallen in love with many artists this year. But yeah, I fucking love this album, and it's really good. And I give it a solid 9.
All right.
Yeah.
Now it's number 1 time.
Number one.
My number 1 is Javelin by Sufjan Stevens. Javelin by Sufjan Stevens. Yeah, this one grew a lot on me. I mean, I really liked it first listen, but it really clicked with me. Was it last week? I think it was last week while we were traveling. I listened to it a few times while traveling. And as I did that, I had the headphones in. I was able to focus on everything and then just kind of really listen to every detail of it. And I was just like, fuck, this is fantastic. I mean, so sad. Very, very sad. But beautifully sad in the same way that I loved Answer From Up There from last year, just like the instrumentation is so gorgeous through here. It's got a little bit of an orchestral sound, but it's kind of like a synthetic orchestral, but like not in a cringe way. It just genuinely sounds beautifully unique and very much his style. And the vocals, which at first I was like, I don't know if I like the filter on his vocals, but I think that's just kind of the Sufjan Stevens voice. Yeah. And it didn't bother me after like a couple listens. I really fell in love with like every track on here, and honestly, the score of this one still has potential to grow for me. I think I can click with it even more with maybe some more context from him, or just listen to it even more. I think it's just a beautiful record, and yeah, one of my favorites of the year for sure. Yeah, and I have it at like 9 as well. So.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. My number 1.
Colin's number 1.
The Record by Boy Genius.
Gay women.
Yeah. These 3 gay women have stolen my heart as they have the number 1 spot for 2023. This is another banger that has been on rotation for a vast majority of the year, and I absolutely love it. All 3 of them are amazing, but the one that really blew me away here was Julian Baker. I hadn't heard of her prior to Boy Genius, but she did an amazing job alongside Lucy and Phoebe, taking the reins on songs like Anti-Curse and Satanist and everything.
$20 as well.
$20, yeah. It's all fantastic, and she did a great job. I love the harmonies. I love the way they're able to work together. The songwriting that they're all able to bring, but like the ones that I've experienced more with Phoebe and Lucy's songwriting just pushing its way into this record. All really good shit. Super fun, super sad, and just an amazing time on every listen I've done. And I give it a strong 9.
Nice. Yeah. All right.
Cool.
There we go. Our albums of the year list.
2023, baby.
That one's a video exclusive. No playlist for that one.
No.
That'd
be a long playlist.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, great picks.
Yeah. Me too.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Well, I guess we get into song of the week.
Yeah.
Here's me. This week. Are you okay if I do a longer one, or I can do a shorter one as well?
Longer one's fine.
Okay, cool. Well, if that's the case, then, like I said, that Sufjan Stevens was growing on me a lot, and my second song of the year, which was potentially song of the year for a while, was Shit Talk by Sufjan Stevens. Nothing to get you in the holiday cheer but that. That was Shit Talk by Sufjan Stevens. What did you think of that, Colin?
It's a gorgeous fucking track. It's a long one, but it keeps punching.
Yeah.
The little children choir. And, it's very sad, but it's very good. Sufjan sounds awesome. I love the orchestral stuff in the background. Yeah, just a beautiful track.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, it just, like I said, that climactic point got me choked up a few times in the last couple weeks. The whole, the I don't want to fight at all, and then that whole section leading up or whatever. Just beautiful stuff. And, like, as someone who's been, producing and stuff recently, the amount of layers of shit that are happening at the peak of that climax, between all the vocal harmonies and all the different things saying different things and all the different instruments that have come in, just kind of all coming together into this beautiful, it's not even a mess of sound, but just a meld of like things. Like, it's just absolutely impressive and fantastic that this song sounds as good as it does. And like you said, beautifully sad as well too. This song's genuinely just, very, very good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, cool. One of the songs that I had on my list didn't end up on the playlist yet either, so I'm gonna go with "Blood and Butter" by Caroline Polachek.
All right.
Fire in the sky, let me dive through your face to the sweetest kind of...
All right, that was "Blood and Butter" by Caroline Polachek. What do you think, Mike?
It's a great song. I know that's kind of like a fan favorite, like the underdog song type thing. And yeah, I do like it quite a bit. I do want to meet whoever heard that song and was like, yeah, that shit needs some bagpipes on it. Because that guy or gal is insane.
Yeah.
I respect it. But really though, it's a great song. I love the ending. All that part of it, and just, vocals in general, and the catchiness, the guitars. Just a great collection of sound. I love that song.
Yeah. It's an assault on the senses.
Yeah, a little
in a
bit.
Good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, those bagpipes, the drums, the little they're kind of like bongo-ish drums, and it's just a lot, but it's really good. I love the vocals on it. The lyrics are fun. I don't know why you're drawing stuff in blood and butter, but hey.
Yeah, I don't know what it means, but it's great.
Maybe some other euphemism for cum.
Yeah, cum and blood.
They're one and the same. Right?
Yeah. If you're cumming blood,
Seek your nearest healthcare professional.
Please. Yeah.
But yeah, love that track. Great album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Sick.
Well.
Alrighty.
You got anything else to say?
Bye. No. Not yet.
Not yet.
I have a few things to say actually. Okay. Audio listeners, love you to death.
That's for you.
Yeah, it's just for you. Yeah. If you're listening on audio services, thank you. We appreciate that very much.
Oh, you can't see that.
Nah. But if you want to see whatever Colin just did, it was really cool and very worth the trip over. The trip over to YouTube, that is.
Whoa.
You can come on over to YouTube under the same name, BrokeN Bois, BOIS, capital N, other way around. And you can come see our beautiful faces. We're here this week. We'll be here next week, and maybe the week after.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good time.
Yes, sir.
You can come on over here. But you can also find some links to stuff. For instance, those playlists that I was talking about of our songs of the year.
No fucking way.
Songs of the year. There's going to be a playlist for me. There's going to be a playlist for Colin. Mm-hmm. But guess what? There's even more playlists for you down there. because we do songs of the week.
What?
Every
Is
week.
that what we just did?
That's what we just did.
That's crazy.
Did you finally
I
catch
thought
on to
that
that?
was a one-off.
Oh, okay. No, we've been doing that every week for 147 weeks.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. We got like 20 hours worth of songs in there in our combined one. Yeah. It's a lot of music. A lot of variation in there. But we got 3 of those playlists. We got one for Colin. We got one for me. And we got one for us combined. Sorry, I messed it up in my head. And on there you can find Blood and Butter by Caroline Polachek or Shit Talk by Sufjan Stevens. Hit the cheeky little shuffle button on that. Yeah. All of the songs, you're going to be in for a wild ride. Mm-hmm. And if you want some Christmas songs for the spirit, check out last week's episode.
Sorry, we did a week early.
Yeah, we were early to the party. Yeah.
But Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Absolutely. We still got more to talk about. But while Colin's doing that for the rest of the episode, we got links to our individual stuff too. For me, I got music. I got music on Spotify and Apple Music under the artist name Plaintive.
Listen to it.
Yeah, go check that out. And if you're listening to this a week after this airs, go check out the theme to Bleak Terminus that will be on there.
Listen to it.
Thank you.
I will.
Yeah, this is my yes man right here.
Yeah.
And I also got links to YouTube down there, where my YouTube page, where I post piano covers and all that kind of stuff. I've got an Instagram down there. I got my album of the year page, where you can look at my reviews to all of these albums that we talked about today. Some of them are a little funny and short, but I still love them. Thank you. I am behind you, just a little shy boy.
Oh.
Little timid shy boy behind you.
Oh.
Listening to Shy Boy by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a shy boy behind you. And Colin over here, he's got stuff as well. He's got an album of the year page where you can also look at his reviews for most of these albums, if not all of them.
Yeah, they will be up.
They will be up for all of
most of them are.
Hell yeah. Go check out those. He also has an Instagram page where he rates and reviews albums to the same degree. And he also has a letterbox where he rates and reviews movies, and there are new reviews there now.
2 new ones.
Go check them out. There's more to come, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So much content from Colin.
So much.
He also runs our Twitter page as well as our TikTok page, where you can find funny clips and stay up to date.
Sure
all
can.
That. You can see
Keep
that.
Talking, please.
You can see that beautiful smile as long as you want. And Colin, what's your proximity to them?
I'm standing right in front of him doing this exact pose.
Wow. All right. Well, we're gonna engage in a little thing we like to call the love cage now, and what happens is I'm going to take out my headphones, listen to Shy Boy by Carly Rae Jepsen. I'm going to kind of open my arms up a little bit like this, kind of T-Rex you a little bit, shyly. And then Colin's going to move his thumb over your shoulder.
My other one's been hiding.
he's been dual weapon carrying over here.
Yeah, dual wielding.
He's going to kind of reach over you.
It'll be like the turkey, but not really this time.
And I'm a little shy boy, but seeing his little thumbs come from around your neck is going to encourage me to kind of grasp you from behind. And we're going to kind of enclose you in consensually, and we're going to make out right next to your ear, very sloppily, very spitty. Colin's smile will stay like that the whole time.
The whole time.
It'll just be
licking teeth.
Yeah, sucking those teeth.
Hooray.
And you're going to hear every bit of it, and you're going to love every bit of it.
Yeah.
And if you would like to receive your own love cage, all you got to do is drop your address below. Oh, don't do that. That's negative reinforcement.
Oh.
Yeah, drop your address below. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Colin, you got anything to let these people leave and live their lives by?
Don't leave your arm up in the air too long because it gets sore.
This has been BrokeN Boys Podcast, and we will see you next week for the Brokies.
Woo! Yeah, baby! Bye-bye.